Dr. Ed Stone on Gene Discovery, making genetic testing available to all patients.
About 10 or 15 years ago now, it became apparent to me that some of the results of laboratories like ours that discovered disease genes wasn't being translated directly into the care of patients. And started being sort of puzzled by that because we, would write grants that said things like, if we could just find this gene, then we would be able to ... But then it turned out that ... wasn't happening. And it turned out that there were a whole lot of obstacles to bringing a genetic test for a rare disease to the patient. And the bottom line was it simply wasn't commercially viable to do for a disease that occurred in maybe 50 people in the United States between the ages of 0 and 20. So about 15 years ago, we started spending a lot of time developing a nonprofit genetic testing strategy so that philanthropic funding could be used to develop tests for very rare diseases. And so now our lab provides nonprofit genetic testing to about 1,000 families a year from all around the world. And that has value in and of itself because it helps physicians make the proper diagnosis in their patients, but it also helps us identify molecularly defined groups of people who will be the patients that will be suitable for participating in clinical trials in the coming years. Every single patient asks how soon it will be before we have some treatment that will make them better. And a phrase that I use frequently is single-digit years. And that's the time scale that I believe that there's going to be really fundamental change in the way we view inherited eye diseases and the things that we're going to be able to do. Like with any other disease, it's not going to happen overnight. Somebody's not going to open a newspaper and say the cure for ... was discovered. I do think it'll be incremental over these single-digit years. But the kinds of things that are going to happen are the genetic testing is going to get way better and faster so that our ability to identify a specific person's disease-causing mutations is going to go way up into the 70s, 80% to find a mutation in somebody that walks in the door, their cause of disease. Gene replacement strategies are going to become more numerous and they're going to be effective in a number of cases. And I think in the coming 10 years, you're going to start seeing some cell replacement therapies as well, both for diseases of the retinal pigment epithelium like age-related macular degeneration, but also of photoreceptors. Very, very encouraging results in animal models are being seen now with photoreceptors being created from pluripotent stem cells.